Welcome to Popcorn Palace. This is truly shocking, breaking news that's coming in. We just reported over in Popcorn Planet, but I thought we should all convene here. And thanks to Steph for delaying her show a bit. We're going to send you guys all over there in about 30 minutes time. But I wanted to react with you all just because I'm still processing this. And I know a lot of you guys will be as well. And I wanted to make sure we could come together and talk about it because this is so sad and scary. I want to stay positive, but I'm also very nervous. But for those of you who have not yet heard, Princess of Wales has been diagnosed with cancer and is currently undergoing chemotherapy. She released a video minutes ago, or about 30 minutes, an hour ago now. It's been up for a little while. And it is just truly heartbreaking to hear that this is what's actually been going on. And yeah, look, the reality now is a lot of journalists and a lot of people who are out there making theories, trying to talk about affairs or what have you, or stunt doubles and nonsense, are all going to look really stupid. And some of them are going to try to continue to try to fan this flame, which is just shameful and disgusting. It was clear something was up. Something was clearly up. I think we all noticed that. And as I was sort of prodding, it was Steph and some of you guys who sort of made me really look at things carefully and I began to realize, no, this is all intentional. They want to come out of this right. They're not hiding anything. They're dealing with something private. And it turns out that is the case. And it's just a truly shocking update here. We just loaded the video over on Planet. I wanted to break it over there this is global breaking news as it's happening. A lot of people reacting in real time to this because it's just, there's a lot to process here, right? And at the end of the day, I want to send so much love and positivity and support to Catherine, her family, to William, to the kids. Oh, I can't go there too much. It'll break me. It's such a scary thing, guys, when you have young kids to try to explain to them, oh, mommy has cancer. It is awful. It's awful. And hopefully it's treatable and it's fine. I don't even want to theorize on the types of cancer because that can be even worse to try to guess. But man, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous and I'm sad and I'm scared. And I wanted to bring you guys in to sort of react together. I know Steph is going to be live after this reacting with you guys as well. And I just wanted to be with you guys as we react to this. So that's why we're here. We're live, taking this in, processing this before the weekend. Usually Friday nights is something you drop to sort of get lost in the press. It's interesting that how they did that is from a PR perspective too. But probably also didn't want this to be all over the news. I'm sure they don't really want this to become the news. It's like one of those stories that I'm sure you're just wanting to avoid altogether and deny, you know what I mean? And just not accept. And so I can only feel empathy and want to send so much support to the royal family because this is not the news we wanted. Having her be some weird lizard robot clearly would have been the more interesting, fun story to go down. This is the realistic, sad, devastating story that we are now stuck with. And so I am just shook. I want to open up the phone lines for you guys to be able to call in and express your opinions. We're going to be here for maybe a half hour until we send over to Steph, who will be live, because I know she's wrecked as well. And you guys typically have live for her Friday night, so I don't want to overstep, but I'm glad we could take a few minutes just to sort of process this together and report on it. So if you haven't yet watched it, I want to watch it again. You've probably already watched it, but if there ever was proof of life, it's this, guys. Anybody out there who continues to try to spread nonsense like Christopher Boozy and all these idiots. Christopher Boozy, you are scum. Well, that's not her walk. Pierce Morgan, well, she looks much skinnier. You guys look terrible. You guys look terrible. Yeah, I called out the edited Mother's Day photo, and in hindsight, now I understand why, and I feel bad. But my God, these people who are calling her sickly and robot, and that's not her. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. Should all be ashamed of yourselves. It was so gross out there, and now that we get this, there. And I see these comments, Andy, do you see why we're angry? I do, but none of us knew it was this. But the truth is, yeah, we always have to be careful. But clearly something was wrong. And when I was calling that out, I was always respectful about it. I was never trying to be negative to the royal family or Catherine ever. It was a bad mistake putting that Photoshop back. But then as I've come around, I wonder if that was a way because they knew the reality. You know what? Give them something to crap on. Make them look even worse. Fuel this fire because when they find out what's really happening, shame on them. And so part of me thinks that was what they did was kind of smart. And I think reacting to it and thinking something was off is fair. But the people who took it to that degree of disgustingness should be ashamed of themselves. And you guys know exactly what we're talking about because those aren't theories I humored ever on this channel or any of my channels. And I don't want to repeat them. But then there was also like private medical diagnoses that were coming out and things that are just like, again, shameful. It is shameful. And in hindsight, a lot of people are going to look bad or try to play like they didn't. And I think now you guys can look ahead and see, well, who was being respectful and who wasn't. Let's watch this. I'm going to try to open up the phone. In fact, I'm going to send the Zoom link now. If you guys want to call in, because we're not going to do a super long show because Steph will be live as well. Call in if you want to share quick thoughts. Here's the link. If you guys want to get in the waiting room, please make sure your audio is set up. Please make sure your YouTube player is turned off as we're ready. You can sit in the Zoom room. I will try to get you guys in as quickly as I can. For some reason, my feed is off. You might not see me in the video, so just be aware. But I will see you guys, so please call in if you like. So stay in there. We're going to watch this quickly. And then as we wrap up our show, I'm going to get some of your calls and thoughts and your chances to say your opinions. But I want to watch this one more time. It's hard to not cry through this. I got to be honest. To see the strength and class of this woman here and what she's doing and now what she's been forced to do. Let's keep it honest. She's been forced to put this message out and reveal this private diagnosis that she was clearly preparing her own family for and her kids for and taking her time with. All of it now in hindsight just makes anybody who was challenging this or just look terrible. Let's watch again now in hindsight of just see what the reality actually is.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
Now, I am going to start and stop a bit because I want to call this out. Since if you want to watch it uninterrupted, you can go to The Planet or you can go to her Twitter and watch it. I want to just point out some of the things that I notice of how just good of a statement this was. She's not focusing on the negative. Clearly, there was so much negative. And she instead focused on the thank you to the positive. It is such a smart and the perfect way to start a statement like this. And again, making it about the people.
It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
So they did the operation, they figured it out afterwards, they worried and assumed this wasn't going to be cancerous, then find out it is. That is one of the scariest things that can happen.
My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
So preemptive is, so again, we're not getting this type of cancer. It's really none of our business. We shouldn't be demanding that. It's something, clearly, any form of cancer is scary and serious. She's now getting chemo treatment, which again is serious. As people know, hair loss, a lot of things can happen through chemotherapy, depending on how much she has to do. This is all a lot to digest for a family to digest. This is scary stuff.
This, of course, came as a huge shock. And William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well, and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body, and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support, and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space, and privacy while I complete my treatment.
Look, that's so telling, and they needed it always, clearly, and clearly the Where's Kate and the whole investigations didn't help them. But this does feel like, okay, we got to address this. Let's do it. It's good for them PR-wise. It is. It makes them look so much better that they're not hiding something, that if they were hiding something, they've now been clear about it before Easter. This is what's actually happening. We're keeping you in the loop. Now leave us the F alone. It's really what this is. So it'll be very telling to see if this story continues to cause controversy or if news outlets will do it. Part of me thinks this will be the big story over the weekend, maybe even Monday, and then everyone's going to leave Catherine alone. This story will die down, as it should have a week ago. But I think this was all very smartly presentable in a way to get the global media and news to just stop making this such a big deal.
My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
Such a powerful message there at the end to remind everybody that it's not just her who faces this scary disease. It affects us all. Kudos. Obviously, this presentation was scripted and prepared as it should have been. I'm not criticizing it, but I'm just trying to point out the fact that it's very well done. Produced so well. Looks fantastic. She clearly has a teleprompter outside. This is not an easy setup, guys. This is a majorly produced and set up moment that they knew they needed to do. And again, no knock at it. I'm just pointing out that they really were on top of how to hit this hard and well and effectively and classy, and dropping it on a Friday so it gets out to all the outlets and everybody hopefully then gets the note to shut up. So kudos to the royal family for taking the time, waiting till it's appropriate, and now delivering, I would call, the proper blow to all the press and media who have been refusing to back off of this. This is just a class act all the way around in how you handle such a situation. And she just looks so good in this, so strong, so beautiful, so classy. I'm so more impressed than I've ever been. And I can't help but still keep thinking about the scumbags out there that were trying to make this something else, or about an affair, and just shameful, truly shameful. Again, there's not much more we know. This is it. She's told it to us. Preemptive chemotherapy. We don't know the scale, the amount. Typically, any amount of chemotherapy can really cause havoc. And it has real, what's that word? Side effects are massive. So this is not something that's going to just be over by Easter. Clearly now, this is something that's going to be ongoing. And I hope and imagine the people will be empathetic and patient as she has to do with this, because again, it's not just William's wife and the mother of his kids. It's now his father, both of which are now dealing with cancer. This is so scary. And yes, prayers need to be sent, positive energy. If you don't pray, love, support, whatever you guys send, this is a time to send to this family to ensure that they can get through this, and to all families suffering from this. She's got amazing doctors to help her through this, and I have no doubt she's in the best care possible. She will be able to be done, whatever needs to be done, if it can be done. I am rest assured she's going to get it. So many people don't have that same luxury, and this disease affects so many families and people. It is a awful thing that I'm just shocked that we can't fix this yet. It is, I've always heard, not to go into conspiracy theories, but a conspiracy theory I will humor is the fact that why have we not cured this yet? I'll tell you why, because the pharmaceuticals need to profit on it first. Let's keep it real. And that's what's so sad. If we had devoted all of our actual energy and money into trying to solve a cure, probably would have done it by now if we hadn't had pharmaceuticals trying to monetize it and constantly delay it. It is just awful, awful. Any family has to face this. And this is rough. I sent the Zoom link out. You guys can call in. I see a couple of Andy's trying to backpedal. You just clearly weren't watching. I have never, ever been negative to Catherine or the royal family. Show me one instance where I've been negative or tried to throw a conspiracy theory out. I called out the Photoshop edit. And I realized I made a video on it in Planet, so you can go look it up yourself. I realized I think that was done on purpose. I really do think they were putting out some breadcrumbs to expose the crappy people out there. The people who were talking about the affairs, which I didn't. The people who were trying to reveal her personal medical diagnosis, which I didn't. Those types of terrible personal details that were coming out and theories that were coming out were not helping matters. And so I think, though, they did that because, yeah, of course she probably edited it. She wasn't probably feeling well. She's been going through chemo. She probably got a good photo with her kids before the chemo started. Now you think about it all in mindset. And then I wouldn't put it past them if she's like, you know what, put a couple edits in there so people can then accuse me of faking this. Honestly, if she did that, because again, this now all is, people have so much egg in their face for trying to make this some bigger conspiracy theory than it was. And I never said, where's Kate? That's a lie. That is a blatant lie. That's what I called the media calling it. That's what I responded on. If you actually watch those videos, and especially the one I did before this, so I could put my money where my mouth is, I answered, where's Kate? She's at home. I said it. So it's just funny. I'm not backpedaling. I'm standing my ground. And a lot of people are going to be doing actual backpedaling who said terrible things. But this isn't about me. I don't care about me. I do want to interact with you guys, but this is the truth now. And a lot of people, if you want to call in and ask me, you can. Phone lines are open. I'm going to talk to you guys for about 15, 20 minutes before Steph goes live. You guys can call in. Here's the Zoom link. If you get in there, I'll go through anybody who's in the waiting room before we wrap. But here's your chance to just put the Zoom link in, call in, share your thoughts. Let's go through. I'm going to get some of you guys on the phone line to see what your thoughts are. Okay. Adria was first, and then I saw Aaron was next. I'm going to put you both on deck. We may not see you, but we'll hear you. Just make sure you set up your audio and turn off your YouTube player as we come in. Hello. All right, Adria, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, welcome to the show. What are your thoughts on this news that's coming in?
Well, when I spoke the other day, I did say surgery is private. And I had a feeling, and because they were so secretive and she wasn't bouncing back right away, that it was cancer. But I didn't want to say it and then have everybody go, well, look at what you're saying isn't right. Because my mother died of cancer and everybody called her a hypochondriac. And they treated her poorly. And then when all of a sudden she got the diagnosis, everybody started coming to visit. People who she didn't even want to see. Even her own other children, my other siblings, were saying she was a hypochondriac. She wasn't. I believed her. I'm the one who told her to go to the hospital. And I knew by the way that they were handling this that it was a lot more serious. This is heartbreaking. This really is. I mean, she's young.
So
and
young.
She's got children. I mean, how do you explain to a 5-year-old that, that mom has a really bad disease and they're going to fix it, or try to fix it?
I mean, that's what you tell them, right? You stay on the positive and you focus on, it's okay, we're going to fix this and it's going to be tough. I mean, that's what you do, but it doesn't make it any easier.
No, it does not. And, she's never been one to step foot out of line. She's never been one to be hiding stuff. And she's always been straightforward with everything. And that's why I appreciated her so much, that she just has always been a stand-up person. She's always been transparent. And it was always a beautiful thing to see how transparent she was. And that's why I admired her right from day one, and now you know why William couldn't possibly go to his own godfather's, you know, memorial. He's got his father and his wife being treated, and Christopher Boozy, ugh, what a bozo. I'm so sick of him, and Liebrows they can go to hell. I'm so sick of it. Kim K, she needs to stay in her own lane because she is nothing. I am so tired of those people, how they treat her so poorly and they don't know her because she's a good person. She believes in what she does. She does good for people. She loves children and they love her. And we love her for that. It's a long road and she actually looks really good.
She does. Really does. She does. I appreciate all you said. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, Adria, for calling in again, and thank you for all those kind words.
Thank you.
Because I thank you. I'm gonna get to the next caller is there, but yeah. I'm frustrated by all this revisionist history in the chat. People saying I said things that I didn't.
You didn't.
Show me the receipts. These ideas I was demanding to see Catherine and I needed to see her visible. I think you were watching another channel because I never did that. I've never done that. And I don't want to keep fighting you guys, but honestly, some of you are crazy because you don't actually listen. You are so tribal. You see a Where's Kate and you don't actually watch it. I was calling it out more often than not. Exactly. And I admitted there was a point with the Photoshop that I've acknowledged wasn't a good move. And now I've come around to realize, you know what? It wasn't a good move. I still say it. But I wonder if it was done on purpose.
I think it was a breadcrumb too.
Yeah, to sort of, who's going to bring up affairs? Who's going to talk about my bowels? Who's going to do da-da-da-da-da? And I think if she did that, I think a lot of people weren't given enough credit. Let people respond. See how negative they get. We don't want to just be an echo chamber. We want to ask questions. And I think she purposefully was throwing us off the scent a bit to sort of come back with a told you and good for her, man.
Yep. It's all respect. A way for her to separate the wheat from the chaff. You find out who your real supporters are that way when something like this occurs. Mm-hmm. And obviously, now who the ones who aren't true.
Yeah, and well said. Thank you. And also noted, I saw someone said it and I saw it. A message from Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Now I see it, and I will do my best to use it, okay?
Yes.
The one thing everyone's got to accept is look at every news outlet. What are they still saying? There's a difference between titles and what I say, and you guys got to understand that that's just what they do, and I want to make sure the news gets shared. That's what people look up. That's what the news reports. They call her Kate. So if you see in a title, it's just because we've done the research. That's what's trending. And I want people who are looking up her to find her. But someone said in the chat, and I will acknowledge, because I said, well, if she tells it to me, I will stop. And I take this as, okay, she prefers Catherine. So I'm going to do my best. If I mess up, I might mess up. Be nice.
You're human. You're human. We're all human, but
But I will try my best. But well said, Adria. I want to get to these other callers so I can make sure we're not too long for that. Thank you so much. Aaron, I think you were next. What's up, Aaron?
Hey, Andy. How are you? I'm calling you from good old Virginia.
I'm okay. Sad, obviously, with the news, but what are your thoughts on this? Thank you for calling in.
I'm toggling between pissed and very emotionally sad for this woman. What I want to say about this woman is she has grace, and a lot of people don't have that anymore. And the Queen had it, and this woman has it. And basically, what I want to say to the people that just ruined, boycott the Kardashians, boycott all these people. Let them feel it in their pocket, because really, that's the only thing they care about. We couldn't give this woman the grace that she's given everyone to just deal with the situation with 3 small children. And as far as I'm concerned, Megsy and H can go, you know what? Because
Well,
let me tell you something, they can't come back from this now. They can't get on TV now and say, oh, we're so sorry. We had no idea. We're with the royal family. You know what? It's a little too late. And you know what I always say is, what comes around goes around. And all these, I mean, William, that poor man stood there. You could tell he almost looked like he was ready to pass out. And for
well,
him
you
to
brought up
yell all
Harry and
this stuff,
Meghan. I just want to say, like, I've been looking. I don't see any evidence of them actually doing anything negative. Now I've seen a lot
yeah,
of their
but
people
the bottom
do
line
it,
is
and the
what I'm
Sugars
trying to,
doing it.
yeah, they didn't say anything, and that speaks volumes to me.
Yes, it's true. They had multiple opportunities to say things. I think they would have been called out if they had. Let's keep it
Yeah,
honest.
that's true.
It's the same thing. They can't. Now they're using her. Oh, they didn't mention her. No matter what they do, they're in trouble. But either way, I was going to say,
Yes,
like, they're
you're
still in
right. You
trouble
are
because they can't. They plans that they might have had to keep milking and using and calling out. You can't do it with 2 cancer-stricken family members. The 2 royal racists are now in bed with cancer.
No, you can't.
And they tried to
Right.
vilify them, which clearly didn't work.
Yes.
And now they're sick from it. They are absolute villains, Harry and Meghan, and they should be ashamed of themselves too.
Yeah. And the bottom line is, like, the way I feel about it is, look, they could have done something privately. They didn't have to tell anyone. And you can tell just by what they've been doing with the public and what they're putting out there right now. They haven't done anything. I bet you $10 when Harry showed up, the father's like, yeah, okay, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I mean, it's a very sad situation, and you would hate for any family to go through that. But, they're public figures. I understand that. But still, people need to have grace. And she's got it. And the Queen had it.
Well,
And that's what people don't understand. It's not about the money aspect of things. Like, we've gotten so far beyond what we really, truly cherish in life anymore. And yeah, cancer is a horrific thing, and it hits a lot of people, and just to give a hot moment to this family to just figure it out. But no, they just couldn't do that. And that's why I'm so angry about it. All these celebrities, who the hell are you? Why do you even care? Like, go buy something.
they want to be trending. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, they want it. Yes, you're right. But, I mean, we're all going to go somewhere sometime in life. And you know what? Some of these people, I just can't even imagine. They don't live in our worlds. We don't live in their worlds, and it just makes me sad. It really does. I wish her the best. I wish Prince William and those beautiful children the best, and God love them. I hope a lot of people
Well said.
eat crow. I hope they eat a lot
Amen.
of crow
I agree.
lately.
I agree.
All right.
Thank you, Aaron. I want to make sure I can
Take
get through all
care.
these because I'm on a timeline, but I appreciate what you said. Sorry to cut
Absolutely.
you off. Thank you
Sure.
so much for everything you said.
Thanks.
I'm with you, Aaron. Thanks so much for calling in.
Bye-bye.
Before I go, I want to read a quick comment. Catherine Thompson says, I love you, Andy, but royal family are not celebs. Royal family are diplomats, etc. No anger at you, Andy, but acknowledge your tone was aggressive. It was a bit much. I mean, I don't think it was aggressive, ever. I need a proof of what was aggressive. And secondly, I don't care if they're diplomats or celebrities. They're people. Nobody is above criticism. My own politicians here are not above criticism. So sorry, politicians or diplomats or whatever you want to call them, they were born into it, weren't even voted there. I will respect all you guys in the royal family, but I don't treat them differently than others. I can't. That would be weird of me. So I got to respect you in your view, but you got to respect mine as well. And I don't understand where I was aggressive, Catherine. And I know you're not trying to send hate me, but I'm just responding. You'll have to show me or message me or what you're talking about. There was never any hate messages or aggression aimed at them, more the situation. Carl Webster said, hope the American psychos leave her alone now. They won't. There will no doubt be people who will still try to say this is a conspiracy theory. And I will promise you, I will call that out. That's absolutely absurd. And if Boozy and his minions keep trying to say, "Oh, sure, that's CGI Kate," trust me, we will call that out. You were Andy, you were pretty harsh. Keep it real. Your words not problem, but your tone and agrees. I still love your show. Again, I don't know what this is, Catherine again. I don't know what was harsh. You'll have to tell me more. I'm not going to back down on anything I've said because I don't believe anything I said was incorrect or harsh. So let me know specifically, Catherine. I'm happy to address it. Thank you for your support, though. I am listening. And then, all right. So going to, we got to kind of breeze through these. So I'm going to keep you guys quick. If I interrupt, apologies. Just means I got to get to the next one. But Alice, quickly, you've been waiting patiently. You were next. Did you have a comment you wanted to add?
Yeah, just fast. First, I hate to say it, but I know somebody that works within the medical pharmacy world. Your theory is not wrong. I'm afraid to say so.
Meaning, so I don't want to speculate on too much, but theory of just broadly, what are you talking about?
I've heard a rumor from somebody that works within the pharmacy area.
Just shut her off.
There was a medicine for one kind of cancer.
Yeah, Alice, I don't want to get into the rumors. Sorry, I was trying to get. I appreciate it. Let's not speculate. We'll have you call in again sometime, but I don't want to. I just don't want to go there in this show. I don't know who said cut her off. I was trying to, respectfully, but I don't want to go there right now. Even if it's true or not, this is not the time to start speculating and get people worried or theorize. And people are going to do that, and I just don't think we should support that right now. They clearly didn't tell us what kind of cancer. That's their right to keep that private, and we don't need to create that further. I've always said that, and there's a lot of people, and thank you people defending me in the chat, backing me up. I don't know what aggressive or weird thing I said that was negative. Some people disagreed with me, but anyway, I don't want to go there. So sorry, Alice, to cut you off, but let's save that for a different show, for not on my networks. Ben, I think you were next, and then Lynn. But yeah. Ben, go ahead. What are your comments?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sound. Yeah, I mean, I had it on the TV about an hour ago, and I just thought, oh God, here we go.
They're already spreading crap?
No, they're just saying, you know the clip you've just played?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've basically got it in the news and that, and I just thought, I mean, I understand why she's done the video, but I don't see why it's anyone else's but hers, if that makes sense.
I don't follow.
Like keeping it private, if that makes sense. Like,
you're asking. Sorry, just to try to get, because I'm trying to rush through. So you're surprised she wasn't able to just keep this private. You're annoyed this is even out.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I can understand why she's doing it, because obviously people want to know what's happened, and I feel like people have had to force a hand to say why she hasn't been out and about. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I think, as I said, I think this was forced in a way because people weren't backing down. The theories were going, and I can understand your anger there. That's a fair comment. I appreciate it, Ben. Let's call in again. We'll have another call in. I'm going to try to do live Fridays where you guys get to join us. So please keep watching on Fridays. If you haven't already, everybody subscribe. Make sure you've hit the bell, hit that button. Sorry, I'm rushing through everybody, but I know Steph's prepping a live, and I don't want to step too much on her toes. She was nice enough to delay for us to be able to have this conversation with you guys, and I can react. But thank you, Ben. Please call back, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. All right, Lynn, are you there?
Yes, I am, Auntie. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. I mean, I'm sad. Obviously, that's my going to be answer. But this is rough. What are your thoughts?
I am a cancer survivor. When I had my cancer, my son was young. In fact, he was not even a thought because of the kind of cancer that I had. But I really am upset that she had to come out and make this announcement. This is something that's very private for families. I mean, I'm glad she did it to shut up Megzy and Hazard's camp. But I really think all those Sussex squids and conspiracy theorists should be really ashamed of themselves right now. Because
Yeah.
can you imagine what she's going through, seeing all of that, having 3 young children, knowing her father-in-law is also fighting this disease? That has to be so much pressure, and that's the last thing a cancer patient needs.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because I have no proof of Meghan and Harry's involvement, right? But I can prove here it is that Boozy not only put all this out there, but he's now doubled down. He doubled down on it this morning, moron. This morning,
Right, well, that's
Boozy
the thing.
put out
You
more
know,
theories
Boozy-
about it, and it's like, dude, you're a scumbag. We knew this about him, but
But the thing of
what
it
a
is, Andy,
scumbag.
is if Boozy and Liebrows are involved in any way, shape, or form, you know where that's coming from. It doesn't take a big jump to get from A to B.
Well, I will say it as I've said because I want to be careful and be fair.
Right.
Yes, Meghan and Harry would be on the top of my suspect list. Yeah, I think that's the fairest way I can say it. Yes.
Right. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Migsy herself is preparing herself to take Catherine's place. I mean, let's face it, that's what she's wanted from the beginning. She had to settle for second best. Now she's probably getting all like, ooh, I hate to say that but she's just such an awful human being.
Yeah, I can't deny that. I can't deny that.
But thanks, Andy.
Thank you so much,
Keep up
Lynn.
the good
Please call
work.
back
I
again.
love your
Yeah.
show. I
Thank
love
you.
Popcorn Planet and Popcorn Palace. They're my daily views.
That is so nice. Make sure to go watch that video with me and my mom. No one watched it. It was so fun.
Oh, I will.
The one with Elizabeth Hurley. Look it up, guys. She was sad no one
Okay.
watched it. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, Lynn. All right, and then we have Bridget. Are you there?
Hi, Andy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts?
Oh, so nice to meet you finally, Andy. I've been watching you for ages.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for that, and lovely to meet you
I
as well.
discovered Popcorn Planet during the Johnny Depp trial last year, so I'm a huge fan. Okay, so I'm not British, but I've been living here for 25 years in the UK. I'm a huge royal family fan. I agree with the gentleman who spoke early on. I'm a little bit annoyed as well that her hand was forced to actually have to speak up. If you look into the history of the royal family, which I know a lot because I watch a lot of documentaries, the medical history was very rarely brought forward. Look at the Queen. We only found out about her illness after she died. We all could see that she was frail, that she was not well, but we didn't know what illness she had. Prince Philip was a bit different, but Prince Philip has always been different within the royal family. He did what he wanted. He didn't care. I just hope now that people, and especially the media, will stop harassing her. She was entitled to keep that safe within her private 4 walls with her family, and I feel sad for her. I mean, my previous partner died of cancer 20 years ago. It's harsh. I have to be a little bit harsh here as well, is though they have the money to be cured of cancer, whereas other people who don't have the money and have to go through the NHS, which is the national health system in the UK, might not go to a positive ending. That has to be said as well.
I mean,
we have to
well
be-
said. And maybe this is an opportunity for them to try to help point that out, right? That'd be because again, I said that earlier. Like if there's anybody who's going to have the proper doctors and support to be able to get through this, it's going to be the royal family. So I'm glad she's going to be there. But it's so many families get not only stuck with not good enough service, but then the bill, and or can't get the medication, and it's just wrong. It is so messed up. How the system is.
I feel bad. I mean, it's not a very good position the royal family is in. Now we have the king as well with cancer. He only revealed it to help other people, or men especially, to get checked out. So guys, if you listen, get checked. You women, get checked. Everything that is around here, sorry, it's important. Cancer is something that we all still struggle, or everyone should take care of themselves. And also, I found it important that people stop bashing, especially Princess Catherine or Princess of Wales. She's not Kate Middleton anymore. We need to stop calling her that. She's Princess of Wales. She is going to be our future queen. We have to have a little bit of respect. I know America, it's different. You never had a royal family, but Canada, the Commonwealth, they look up to the royal family. I mean, the countries that still want to stay in the Commonwealth. And the respect has been lost a little bit since the Queen passed away, and I find it sad.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to talk about the other couple because I'm not
Don't.
interested
We're trying to
anymore.
wrap up anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Perfect.
Yeah,
But no, I not to cut you off, but well said. I appreciate it, Bridget. Thank you for all those comments. Please
Thank
keep
you,
watching
Andy,
and keep
to
tuning
give
in,
me
okay?
the
Thank you.
possibility.
Have a good one.
Cheers.
Victoria, real
Bye-bye.
quick. Thank you, Bridget. See ya.
Hey.
Victoria, we're going to end with you. I think you're the last one I didn't get to. Welcome. What's your final thought here?
How you doing, Andy? I hope that all the people, including Stephen Colbert, who I normally like, have woken up to egg on their faces. I said this a week ago that we don't know what's wrong with her. And if this is something bad, here they are making fun of her because she's out sick. They weren't just making fun of her for being out. They were literally making fun of her because she was out due to illness, which I thought was disgusting, especially since we didn't even know what was going on with her. For them to be making these disgusting jokes, I said, this is going to come back to bite you, and here it is. I mean, unfortunately, I'm right in a really bad way, but that's what you get. I was shocked because I like some of these people and their shows or whatever. They're usually not mean, and I just can't understand why anybody would be mean to Princess Catherine. She's done nothing to anybody. And as far as the Harry and Meghan, poor them, they can't wish her anything. Damned if they do, damned if they don't. No, this is their sister-in-law. Harry still wants to be included in all these, plans for, the king and his funeral and all that. There was something in the news about that this week. If you're really a member of this family, Harry, then put out a statement supporting your sister-in-law. Will people criticize it? Sure. Who cares? Do the right thing and let the chips fall where they may. Just do the right thing. How hard is that? I mean, he's done so many things wrong. What's one more dumb thing? But at least it could be a dumb right thing. You know what I'm saying? He won't talk about Catherine, and he won't talk about the Baca people. I just have no use for H&M.
Who does? Who does? But right now, it's not about them. I don't want to make it about them, and I think they're also going to have to eat some crow, thankfully. So they'll see that soon. But Victoria, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate your support.
Get checked, people. Go to your doctors. Hopefully she will be okay. And just like with Charles, when he announced with the prostate, there was a spike in people getting theirs checked. Hopefully this will save some lives. That's the silver lining.
Well said.
You, Andy.
Well said. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened with my eye surgery. I so many message people telling me to now go check that out, and you should. Get everything checked out. Go to your doctors. I know it's hard and some people don't have insurance and can't afford it, but try your best to get something. Go to a clinic if you can. Figure out a way to check out if you can, or if you have insurance or you're not using it, which so many people do. Get checked out. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're checking these things and stay safe out there. All right, well, there you go, guys. We're going to forward you over to Steph, who's live next, I believe. I think she is. I just forwarded. I haven't checked it out, but let's go support Steph and give her lots of support as well. To recap again, this is tough to say, but yes, the Princess of Wales, Catherine, is diagnosed with cancer and is undergoing chemotherapy. And this is brutal. It is tragic. I appreciate all you guys calling in and keeping me company as we talked about this. We'll be back here every Friday, and you can check out our coverage over on Popcorn Planet as well. Make sure you hit subscribe to the button and the button and the bell for alerts. That way you get it. But also right now, hit that like button before you go and leave a comment if you can to help the engagement to get the word out. One last question coming in from Lady. And did I miss you? Are you there? I guess I did. Didn't you call it? Oh, no, you did. If you are not 100% sure, don't ever assume or jump to conclusions on anything. That's dangerous. Shame on all you conspiracy theorists. Yeah, it's true. Don't jump to conclusions. It's true. I think it's fair to ask questions. I do think it's fair to ask questions, lady. It's important to ask questions. But we have to be careful on the kind of speculation that some are doing. And there was way too much negative speculation. But thank you for the support. And then Catherine, I responded, bankrupting me, all positive. Okay, so did you change your mind? Okay, great. Is that what we did? And Sandra, thank you so much for joining here as a prince and princess. Very generous of you. So nice of you. Thank you guys all for watching. Let's head you over to Steph. Steph, the alternator is live. It should redirect you. If it's not, head on over. Oh, it looks like she's got a doctor on. She reveals what? Ovarian. I don't know if that's true. Be careful, Steph. I hope she's not going to speculate too much there. But either way, go over to Steph, the alternator. Go to Steph, the alternerd. She's got a doctor on. And let's see what they're saying. I'll meet you guys there. Here's the link. I'll put it at the end. Boom. Thank you guys so much for watching. All my prayers and positive energy and love sends over to Catherine, her family, the kids. I wish nothing but positivity for them. And I know they're going to have amazingly good treatment. So I'm not too worried, but I'm sad for them. I'm scared for them. Let's send all the positivity their way. Thank you guys so much for being here and updating. And hopefully this puts an end to the Where's Kate story for good. As I thankfully posted the other day, I was correct. Not to say I told you so, but to those conspiracy theorists, I told you so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Head over to Steph the Alternate now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And get checked, everybody.